Why 5% grow fast and 95% don't? I want you to think about something for a second. Take any company, any office, any team. 100 people join on the same day, same role, same salary, same first day nervousness. 10 years later, 5 of them are running departments, leading teams, or building their own businesses. The other 95? Still working, still trying, still waiting for their turn. And the sad part is, the 95 are not lazy people. Most of them are actually the hardworking ones. So, what went wrong? See, most people think career growth is about skills, learn more, do more, work harder. And I used to think that too. But after running a branding company, teaching thousands of students, and watching careers closely for years, I've realized something. The gap between the 5% and the 95% has nothing to do with talent. Nothing to do with luck or connections either, though people love to blame those. It has everything to do with how they think. Not surface thinking, strategic thinking. Surface thinking says, give me the task, I'll do it well. Strategic thinking says, wait, why are we doing this task at all? What problem are we actually solving? That one shift, that one question changes everything. You see this pattern everywhere, no? Thousands of students join a cricket academy, 5% go on to play for their state. From that, only 5% go on to represent the country. 100 small businesses start in the same city, same year. 5 of them actually grow, the rest just survive. Same city, same resources, same opportunities, different thinking. Now I want to talk about something that affects everyone watching: students, professionals, founders, tech people, creators, all of you. For a long time, having a skill was enough. Knowing Photoshop, knowing how to code, knowing how to run ads, knowing how to edit video, knowing how to build a product. These things had value because not everyone could do them. That's not the case anymore. AI tools today can design, write, code, edit, and strategize in minutes. The bar for decent work in any field has dropped to almost zero. So if your answer to why should someone hire you or pay you is I do good work, that's not enough anymore. Not because you're not good, but because 1,000 other people and now AI can also do good work. The ones building real careers and real businesses today, they are not the fastest executors, they are the clearest thinkers. Here's something most people feel but never say out loud. Somewhere around year 3, year 4 of your career, things slow down. Your work is good, clients are happy, portfolio looks solid, but the promotions aren't coming like they used to. Your fees are stuck. The big conversations, the strategy meetings, the planning sessions, nobody is calling you for those. You become the person who does good work, and that sounds like a compliment until you realize it's a ceiling, because you are being paid for what you do, not for how you think. And what you do has a market rate. Let me tell you about 2 designers. Both are from the same city, same industry. One of them, let's call him Prasad, 6 years of solid experience, technically brilliant, clients loved his work. But every time a project came in, Prasad just executed it. Brief comes in, he does it, client approves, done, next brief. He never once asked, is this brief solving the right problem? Now across town, a designer with 3 fewer years of experience, but she worked differently. Before she touched a single file, she sat with the client and asked, what do you actually need this campaign to do in the next 30 days? Who's the exact person we are trying to reach? What does this person worry about at night? And what does failure look like for you? The client had never been asked these questions before. And you know what she found out? The client thought they had a visibility problem. They wanted more people to see the brand. But after those questions, it became clear the real problem was trust. People knew the brand, they just didn't believe it. So instead of designing a loud, attention-grabbing campaign, she designed something quiet, warm, and credible. It worked. Conversions went up 35% in 6 weeks. The client didn't just pay her more, they made her part of every future strategy conversation. Prasad is still taking briefs. She is now shaping them. Same city, same industry, different thinking. Here's another one. A digital marketing team in Delhi. Good team, hardworking people, spent 3 months making beautiful Instagram content for a wellness brand. Good design, good captions, consistent posting, engagement was flat. almost zero growth. Then a strategist joined the team and she asked one question: who's the exact person we are trying to reach? And what is she thinking about, worrying about, searching for before she even finds this brand? They did the research and what they found was surprising. Their audience wasn't looking for wellness tips. They were young women, early 30s, who felt guilty about not taking care of themselves, guilty about putting everyone else first. The content until now was aspirational. Here's the healthy life you could have. But what this audience needed to hear was, it's okay, you're not failing, let's start small. The team changed the entire tone of the content. More empathy, less perfection. In 8 weeks, engagement tripled, cost per lead dropped by half, and the brand started getting DMs saying, this page feels like it gets me. Same team, same budget, same platform. One question changed everything. That is strategic thinking. Now here's something I want you to understand, especially if you are earlier in your career. Management doesn't promote the hardest worker in the room. I know that's uncomfortable to hear, but it's true. They promote the person who makes them feel this person thinks like us. When there is a problem nobody has solved yet, who do they turn to? When there is a big client meeting, who do they bring in the room? When they are planning something important, whose opinion do they seek? It's never the person who just does good work. It's always the person who asks the right questions, who sees the bigger picture, who connects what they are doing to why it matters. That is what strategic thinking looks like from a management perspective. And the moment they see it in you, even once, you get tagged differently. You stop being a resource, you start becoming someone we need in the room. That tag is what opens every door after that. Now, whoever you're watching this applies to you. If you're a student, everyone around you has the same degree, same tools, same portfolio. The ones who stand out aren't the ones who learned more, they are the ones who ask better questions from day one. If you're a working professional, you feel the ceiling. Good work, but the bigger conversations aren't coming your way. That's not a skills problem, that's a thinking layer problem. If you're a founder, you're probably the busiest executor in your own company, sales, operations, delivery, all at once. The founders who scale are the ones who stopped and asked, are we even solving the right problem? If you're in tech, someone hands you a requirement, you build it, but the developers and product managers who move into leadership are always the ones who first asked, is this the right thing to build at all? If you're a creator, you're posting consistently, but growth is slow. Most creators think about what to post. The ones who build real audiences think about why someone should care. Different situations, exact same thinking gap. So how do you make the shift? It starts with one simple habit. Before you start any piece of work, any brief, any project, any task, ask yourself 3 questions. What problem is this actually solving? Who is it solving it for really? And how will we know if it worked? That's it, 3 questions. Most people skip these because nobody asks them to ask them. They just want the work done. But the moment you start asking, you change how people see you. You stop being the person who does the task, you become the person who understands the task. And that's a completely different career. Now, most people watching this already feel what I am describing. You feel it when you are not called into the important meetings, when your salary hasn't moved in 2 years, when you work really hard and somehow it doesn't seem to matter. You know something is missing. You just haven't had a name for it or a system for building. Look, I'll be straight with you. I'm not making this video to promote anything. That's genuinely not the point. But I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't tell you everything I just described. I've spent years building a framework around it. It's called Bridge. I use it every single day inside Vinci Studio, our branding company, when we work with real clients on real brand and business problems. And we teach it at WebD School so that students go into their careers already thinking at the strategic layer, not spending 3 years figuring out why their hard work isn't translating. Bridge is not about software, it's not a tool or a certification, it's a thinking system. For anyone who wants to stop operating on the surface and start making decisions that actually move things forward. Whether you are a student, a professional, a founder, someone in tech or a creator, this framework works. because a thinking problem is the same across all of them. If you want to step out of the 95% and start thinking like the 5%, subscribe to this channel because we are just getting started. See you in the next one.